Yes, I did. Good morning, everybody. Hello, Andrew.
Morning. Hello.
Where are you?
I am in Paris in a hotel room, as you can tell by my lovely background.
Background.
Like,
It is lovely. I am in full makeup and dressed because I am on the road of my a road show of my book, and we go to different cities every day, and it's a little tight every day, but exciting.
yeah.
Um, I'm excited to have you because so before we start in, hi everybody. I just put the link here. No, for the Hungarian translation. Let me ask Réka. Sziasztok mindenki, hogyha szeretnétek magyar tolmácsolást, akkor már is berakjuk nektek ide a linket. Réka, sorry, can you send me please the link on Telegram, because I can put it here so it will go to every single like YouTube and Facebook and the Facebook group as well. So it makes everything easier. So we have a Hungarian translation. Good morning, everybody. And the translation is lovely Rika, and you can join her on Zoom. So if you need a translation, just go and listen to her. Just give us a sec. Today we're going to talk about bodies.
Mm-hmm.
And I have some question to you because something really interesting going on with me. I mean, not just with my body, it's more like a lot of awarenesses. Just give me a second because I do have the link for the Hungarian translation and I just put
Okay.
it in here. What's your next
I am off
adventure?
to Geneva today. Later today, we drive to Geneva from Paris.
Oh, because you guys have the ABC class?
Yes, the advanced body class that's going on,
Wow.
and the abuse hold class in Geneva.
Wow. So before we start and just jump into the conversation, I because I don't know how long people can stay. So the good news is, and the exciting news is that you're coming back to Hungary,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna have two classes. You're gonna have a
Yes.
foundation class, and you're going to have the SE class. And today we're gonna talk about the SE class and bodies and relationship to bodies. But we're gonna put all the links here in the comment below so you guys can just check it out. You're gonna start with the foundation class, which is going to be
March 23rd.
23rd to the 26th.
Yes.
Yes. And then the SE class starts on the
March
1st.
1st.
Yes, on the evening, and it's gonna go on Saturday and Sunday. Wow, exciting. We just find a beautiful venue, actually. It's so elegant and it's so unique, and it's just right next to the parliament, so we are excited.
Yeah, that sounds exciting.
Yeah, it is really unique and really exciting. So I wanted to invite you to just jump on and just have a chat about bodies. And we named this conversation Your Body Knows, and what if your body is the key to consciousness. And we just did a 3D body class. I did my first 3D body class with you. It's like history now, but it changed so much for me. And I just wanted to share with you. So I remember when I took my first foundation class, and at the foundation class, we do body processes. I will ask you because many people don't even know what is a body process, but we're going to talk about that later. And I remember when my facilitator was András, and he said, okay, guys, just jump on the table and let's swap. And I was like, what are we going to do? And I didn't know. I just went to the class. I didn't know anything about that. And so he said, yeah, you just jump on, you're going to touch each other, ask for energies to run, and then that's going to create the change. I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I want to sit here and listen to you. That's why I came, and I felt like I have to do some work, and I didn't want to. And I remember I went to my second foundation class, and when we came to body processes, I was like eating, going to the bathroom. I needed to do a phone call. And my facilitator was like, hey, Nicola, can you just come back, please, and honor the class? And let's just jump on the table. And I'm like, no, I don't. This is not for me. And I finally started going on classes. I started with you. I went to a 3D body class and the SC class. And it created a huge change for me. Everyone remembers And then I kept going on classes. And a couple of weeks ago, we went to Prague to take a 3-day body class, and it was a game changer for me. And I just realized that what I was avoiding the most would have created the biggest change for me so far. And can we just talk about body classes, including SE and all the other 3-day body classes that you do? Like what these classes tend to do and why is so, I wouldn't say important, but it's just really a game changer.
So I think, one of the reasons, the main reason Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, created the 3-day body classes was because when he first started doing the classes, we had lots of the talking classes, the foundation, we have the choice for possibilities class, or what that class was before it got called choice for possibilities. But he kept, and originally he thought, oh, when the being gets more conscious, the body will get it too. And then there, it just takes care of it all. And the more and more he was facilitating classes and clients, he realized that, oh, that's not, like, you have to do something with the actual bodies to encourage them and help them and, allow the changes with your body to occur. And so that kind of was the creation of these body processes, and the body classes. And I don't know what do the body classes do? Well, in general, I think the major thing these body classes do that necessarily doesn't always happen in the foundation classes, I mean, it occurs in bars, obviously, is you relax. So oftentimes we don't really, with the body classes, there's not a whole lot to think about. There's not a whole lot of cognitive things. It's just with the energy and receiving the energy and allowing your body to relax. And, when you start to relax, receiving can occur. And so much of our lives, we thought, like you said, oh, I have to be doing something. I have to be working. I have to be, blah, 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 blah. But with all of that, lots of times we don't really just include the energy of relaxing and receiving, because if you're not really willing to receive, if you're not relaxing into things and allowing things to kind of just show up and work out, then no matter how much we're doing, you're just kind of like, hitting a sledgehammer on a wall a lot of times, trying to get things to move or trying to get things to do. And so the body classes, teach you to receive with your body and teach you just to, relax and receive and include that as part of the energies and part of the creation of your life and living.
So many things. Yeah, sorry. So many things. Where to go? Which way? Let me see. Okay, this way. So this class was really interesting for me because I tend to, like, when I go to classes, I do it basically for myself, and I just sit there, and I many times what occurs to me after class, I go back to my hotel room and I'm hiding. I don't even want to talk to anyone because the change is so huge. But I was always avoiding doing body processes or bars, and I do once in a while, but I didn't do it so often. And after this 3-day body class, the change was so huge. So it was just me and my team who went to the class, 4 of us, and everyone went through a huge change. It was really interesting. So before class, some interesting energy started to come up for me. So for a very long time, I have this interesting energy coming up that I'm gonna go to jail. And it's just years and years now that it just keep coming back to me. And I'm like, what is this? And it feels like it's mine. So it's me who is so scared of going to jail for some reason. And we showed up in this class. We went in, and that was my first question. I'm like, I don't want to go to jail. And I felt like, because the energy came up on the morning. And as a class went on, we did the body processes, and we got to the last day. And I realized that something happened to me when I was 3 years old, and someone molested me, and he was afraid of going to jail. and it's just the memory of what happened and I was hiding. And it's so many times when people come to me and they're like, oh, Nicolette, you were hiding. And I was always confused about it. And I realized in this class, something came up. I'm like, am I hiding or I am hiding something from the word? And that was what came up. And so why I'm telling you this story, because without the body class, it would, at that this is what I think is just, it would never come up. I would never be willing to look at that memory of my body. It was really interesting. So when we are in a class, like let's go to SE, what SE does to the body, what change occurs, and because you guys always say about the fascia, this is how you pronounce it in English, that it holds the glue of the judgment, right?
Well, we just said SE undoes the glue of judgment.
Undoes the glue of judgment.
So it's like with anything, like, you know, like you said, like you were saying with your thing, oh my God, these body processes unlock this from my body. It's, you know, lots of times we don't realize when we have these things occur with our body, or even just kind of, you know, mentally, they all affect our body in a way. And so the great thing about SE and the body processes is it starts to give you access from a different direction about unlocking these things, you know, and it's more of an energetic way, because at the basis of all of these choices, all these things that occur with us, you know, traumas, whatever, just even just our choices and how they affect ourselves, us and our bodies, is, you know, it's energy first. And so you know, it's the energetic creation of your life, and then, you know, everything, you know, falls into place and it shows up however it shows up, or it looks like whatever it looks like, but it's based on the energy. And, you know, with SE, obviously it's energetic synthesis, so it's, you know, it's energetic, and the 3-day body classes are energies that we're asking the body to run or to shift or to change. And you know, that opens up this whole other world where these, you know, where you get to acknowledge that you and your body are energetic first and foremost. And, you know, we have all these choices, or even like you said, the things you're aware of that might just be energetic, like it doesn't really make sense, you know, and you don't know where it comes from. And, you know, with SE and these body processes, they're really great in contributing to that unlocking and changing and opening up.
What was the I know this is a stupid question, you're not gonna like it, but I will ask it anyway. So what was the what you see in classes, like, not, I wouldn't say like a biggest change, but like something that really touched you to see occurring in class?
I think I mean, I don't know, I guess, I don't know if it's the biggest change, but it's like the most consistent thing I see is, you know, looking at someone from the start of, you know, I do a lot of 3-day classes. So looking at someone from the beginning of day one, and then how they look and how they interact and how they are at the end of day 3, for me, it's like they're different people, you know, I can see just how much you know, the body processes, or with SE, how much they start to relax and they start smiling more and they start to have fun. And it's like, you can see it with their body, how much like the change occurs too, where it's like their face relaxes, but they're just interacting more and they're engaging more. And I don't even really know if that's like, I just know that they're different. And I think they know that they're different too. But you can see it just in how they carry themselves and how they show up in the world. And I think that is probably, for me, it's always so cool to see. It's like, you know, I just did a body class in Paris, and just to see how the people are when they come, you know, at the start, and then how they're leaving at the end, it's like, oh my gosh, you know, they're all kind of uptight and they're like not sure what they're doing here and all these things. And then at the end, they're, you know, they're like happy, and they're, I guess, you know, they're kind of less inhibited. They're freer. They're, you know, more engaged. They're like, I guess they're more present too. Well, they are more present, but it's like, I don't know if that's like, you can see that, but you can see it on how they interact and how they are with
Mm.
their body and how they just show up.
Hmm. Um, so, so many people who are, want to make some change in their lives, and they we conclude everything, and we like I did, and
Hmm.
I still do.
Hmm.
And what so what's the difference between a body class and like a foundation class? Because um so yeah, so what's the biggest
So
difference
yeah.
between the two classes? I mean, you can also like energetically what the two class, what's the difference between them?
Well, I think, the difference is with foundation, a majority of what we're doing is the verbal processing component of the Access Consciousness tools. And, the verbal things it's verbal, right? So it's it's not saying that it's not addressing the energetic stuff, but it's more verbal. It's something you can listen to, you can latch onto with, cognitively. Like we're talking about concepts and everything. With the body stuff, it's more geared towards addressing what the body needs and requires. And so how does the body communicate? The body communicates energetically. So the body stuff is more energetic processing, not necessarily verbal processing.
Hmm.
And so I think that's, a major difference there. So and, obviously with the verbal stuff, we're bringing up energies and things, but we're using, you know, verbal capacities and things to get to the energy. With the body processes, we're just going to, we're again, well, the body processes, we use words to get to the energy, but once we're at the energy, we're allowing that energetic process to kind of work and shift and change things as it comes up.
Hmm.
And so there's not so much words and cognitive things in the body class all the time or in SE because it's not really required. Once you're energetically changing, you don't need to add words on top of it. You can just kind of relax and allow that process to go.
Hmm. And when someone comes to an SE class, they become practitioners, right? So they can add
Yes.
it to their businesses and they can work on
Mhm.
other people.
Yep.
What's the difference between an energetic work like body work and the SE?
Well, so they're just different classes, obviously. But with like the 3-day body class and SE, the difference with SE is it's not really as structured as I would say in the 3-day body class. In the 3-day body class, you come, there's like 58 body processes in the manual, and you get to pick one of the processes and learn these kind of like discrete or kind of distinct different energies. With SE, it's not really like that. In that you're coming to the SE class to learn or to be and receive the energy that is SE, energetic synthesis of structural embodiment. And so and it's not necessarily something I like to say it's a little bit more dynamic than the body processes because we're looking at it's not just one energy you're learning or 58 energies. SE is like a universe of energy. It's like a whole universe of possibilities to play in that you can kind of bring together to create change for you and your body and embodiment as a whole.
Hmm. I know you are teaching these classes from the very beginning that you guys discovered these energies. And why is your favorite so much? Because you taught so many classes in the past.
Mm-hmm. Uh, I don't
Hold
know.
on. Hold
Mm,
on 1 second. Because we should add, because many people don't even know that you are
mhm,
a doctor of chiropractic,
mhm.
and it I think it ties together, right? Like
Yeah. For me,
you.
I think doing the SE class is just I think energetically it's kind of just how I go about like what I was kind of working towards when I was in chiropractic school and kind of what I was aware of with changing my life and changing bodies. And so for me, a lot of the times, like doing SE sessions or facilitating an SE class is just like being at home. It's like it just makes sense to me, so it's like And so it's like something that is really easy to do because it doesn't seem like I'm really doing anything. It's just kind of like, okay, let's go. And then I'm like, oh, I'm home. Okay. Let's, welcome, and it's like when I'm working with people and stuff. So, and so it's really in a way natural for me, I guess. And I think that's, it's nice to facilitate classes and do that because it's fun to do something that's really easy and invite people to be this energy and see how they can apply it to their life and use it, with whatever they're using, or just, come to the class because they would like to change their life and their body and see what changes they get out of it. Not necessarily like become a practitioner and use it all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done SE sessions after my first SE class.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly did it for myself, and I was able to just have people, like we were swapping here at home in Budapest when I came back.
Mm-hmm.
But since it's just interesting because there is a girl I always go to get my bars run and body processes. She does it all. And my favorite all the time is the SE because I have so many things going on with my body, like back pain. And recently I have this tinnitus. And like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I can't remember, I just woke up in London and I couldn't move.
Mm-hmm.
And I came back home and I was in bed for like a week or so. And she came out to my house and she did a session on me, and it was a game changer. It was just amazing what change occurred in my body. And so with the SE, it's like more like kind of physical. It's not just touching, right? It's also like the body work the energy work it can be around the body, but it includes touches and also some pressure.
Yeah. I mean, I think with SE, in the class, what I talk about is so much. We often think that we have to know things about the body to know how to change it. And well, actually, all you have to be willing to do is touch the body and contribute an energy to it. And, so it's like, I tell people, okay, touch the body and be the energy of SE and see what starts to change and play with it. So yes, it can be very light touch. You can include some pressure, and it also depends on how comfortable you are with bodies. It's like, for me, it's like I have a background in working on bodies. I'm very comfortable with it. It's, and it's something that I've done. I probably do, I don't know, 100, 200, I don't know how many sessions I've done since I started, but it's like I do, lots of sessions each year. So it's like each time I learn more and I develop my sense of touch and kind of awareness of what people require with their bodies differently. And, some people come to the SE class and it's the first time they're like thinking about touching a body to like contribute change. So it's like, I think you just have to kind of start where you are and play with it and then see what changes, what you become aware of, because it's so much of it is, there's no wrong or right way to kind of, contribute to the body and changing. It's just what you're capable of. And I think that's one of the amazing things I've seen with bodies too, is it's like people, if you're just willing to contribute the energy and change bodies, they'll change. It doesn't, there's no like, oh, you need your hand one centimeter down from, this vertebrae or something. And then you need to touch that, like getting into the processes, like the kind of like mental kind of thing about, oh, I need to do this the right way to change the body. No, well, when you contribute to the body, amazing things can occur. And especially when the person's willing to relax and receive.
I remember when I believe we were in Rome in a COP class, and that was the first time I saw you work. Like the back of the class, you were working on people, and me and someone, we were just swapping bars, and we were just watching you working on bodies. It was just amazing to watch, and I was like, oh my God, I gotta do my 3-day body class with this person, because it was just amazing to watch you being with bodies, and it's inspiring. And what you just said, it was so true. It was nothing about knowing what's going on. It was more about following the energy, and it was just amazing to watch you
Mhm.
do that. It's really cool. Wow. And a couple of questions. Sorry,
Go ahead.
we don't let you go so easily. Um, because we named this conversation "Your Body Knows," and I want to go in down that road a little bit, because we tend to do everything with our brain, and we conclude everything. We have all these presumptions about things, and it's just amazing to me to realize more and more that maybe my body is more intelligent than I am, and it does know so much more about everything than I do. And it's just so cool to see other people when I do inspire them to include their bodies into their choices and creations and stuff like that. Can we just talk about that? Like what bodies know, and what can occur when we include our bodies into our creations, and just like the changes that we want to have.
Well, yeah, I think first is like, if you don't know, your body knows. It has an awareness. It knows things about what it requires and desires and what will contribute to it and work for it. And you can start to ask it, and it will show you, those things. And it, like you said, it's not from a cognitive thing, it's more of an energetic or awareness thing. And I think that's what all of Access is looking at. Any of the tools is looking at to empower you to know that you know. Well, the body stuff is more about empowering you to know that your body knows and showing you how your body knows. And so you can begin to create a relationship in which you can trust your body, and you can just know that your body knows, and you don't have to you can just ask, because a lot of times we get so, like you said, you get so caught up in your head of trying to figure things out with your body and try to figure out how you can change your body and try to figure out what's going on with your body. But we never really start with asking your body or knowing that our body knows. It's always, oh, I need to, like, this thing said that this is what's going on with my body. But we never really be like, okay, buddy, is that what's going on? Is that what's, it was so funny. I had a friend that their mother was going to get a bioresonance scan thing, and she was just around someone that had a toothache right before, and then on the bioresonance scan it showed up that their body had a tooth, there was something wrong with their tooth and all this stuff. Why? Because they were around the person whose energy had that, and they have amazing healing capacities. Oh, well, great. Now that their body, they're picking up on that energy, and it shows up, which I think is so funny. But in those situations, we're always like, she knew at that point. She's like, oh, my body's just giving me information, or has the information about what's going on with this person's body, but it wasn't actually something that was going on for me. But it's just funny a lot of the times, because there's all this amazing stuff that occurs with our bodies and that our bodies know, and we don't really tap into it or acknowledge that it's even the case.
Wow. That's so cool. This story is so cool. I'm realizing more and more like how much of the potential that my body has with like healing others and get stuff out of their bodies. And can we just talk about a little bit the fifth element, which is a need of saving other people and heal? Like, I guess it's also healing them, right? So I wanna share with you this. It's just so funny. I realized the other day I was with someone. We're talking. I haven't seen her for a while, and then she started talking about something bad happened to her. And right away, on the next second, I was going, oh, how can I help her? What could I do? What could I do? And I catched myself for the very first time, and I was like, whoa, that's interesting. And how often, like basically all the time, this is what we do with someone. Like if they say something, or they don't even say something, they just be an energy, or you're just aware of something going on with them in their world, I tend to jump on them and try to fix them. And
Hmm.
one thing is just not kind. That's
Hmm.
what I got. And also it's just not what required. So what can we do when your body is so weird that someone has something going on with their bodies and you don't want to go down that road that like start healing them right away?
Hmm.
Or what can we do with this?
Just, when the thing about awareness, and this takes me years, and I continue working, is you don't have to do anything with it. You can just be aware. Oh, they have this going on with their body. Okay, cool. Thanks, body, for giving me that information. Oh, cool. I'm aware of it. Okay. It's like you see things occur all the time, but you don't have to do anything. But sometimes with all this other stuff, it's like, oh, the sky's blue. Do you have to do anything with it? No, the sky's just blue. You're just aware that it's blue. But you're like, oh, that person's body is hurting. And all of a sudden you're like, I need to help them or save it, or, all these things, which isn't really, it's not like a cognitive thing. And for me, it took me a really long time to get it to where I just allowed people to have the things going on with them. And if they're if they're coming to me to change it, that's totally different than me kind of seeking them out, be like, hey, do you want to change this? And like you said, like trying to save them and show them that something different occurs. Because I started to realize people, you create everything that shows up in your life. And so sometimes it contributes to people to have whatever they're creating in their life, because it contributes awareness to them, or shows them what they're going on and what they need to change.
Hmm. Can I ask you another question? Sorry, I'm gonna be annoying here.
Okay.
I don't care. It's just so interesting. So after Prague, I went to Spain for just kind of like a getaway from
Hmm.
everything, and I knew it's gonna be really busy for me for the next couple of months. I was like, I just need a week off or something for myself. And I did the biggest mistake I could do. I went to a resort, but I didn't realize when I was booking the hotel that it's a resort.
Hmm.
And so when I arrived, my body started to do really interesting things. So one thing is I was bloated and the whole time, and my body was like had this water retention. And
Hmm.
it seemed like I couldn't do anything with it. And we did body processes, bars, and everything. But we went to this breakfast place in the morning. It was like full of people and kids, and man, too many people, way too many people for me.
Hmm.
And it was going on up until I arrived back to my house. I parked in my garage and I started going to the bathroom
Hmm.
and peeing for like an hour. And then
Hmm.
I was just letting go of all of that. And so,
Hmm.
what can we do, Andrew, when we are so aware of people, what's going on their bodies, and like, can you just give us a tool, like just one thing? I know what you're gonna give. Anyway, okay, I got it. Give something else, please.
But it's the
But,
best one.
just something else, please.
Okay. Well, I'll give the one that you probably don't want me to give, because you already
Okay.
know it, and then I'll give something else too. I think one of the things, like you said, is who does this belong to? It's
Oh my
like
God, no.
you're gonna be aware of lots of things. It's like, okay, with the resort and everything, it's like your body will be aware of energies that might not be comfortable, or okay, so who does it belong to? And is it yours, or is it someone else's? And it's so funny, it's like you were saying, you realized the moment you got home and you were away from all of it, like everything changed.
Yes.
Well, the same thing, I was talking about with the tooth thing and then showing up on their skin. It's like, okay, so there's an energy your body's aware of, but that doesn't make it yours. It doesn't, if you're swimming around in the ocean, it doesn't make you all of a sudden become the ocean. But it's like with these other things, you're like, I'm surrounded by all these people that have things going on with their body. And okay, so that's where it's like can be really intense, and it just takes a little bit of building the muscle of like using, okay, who does this belong to? Is this really mine? No, it's not. Okay. So then the other thing I always do is, for whatever's going on with my body, I'm just like, one, I look at changing it, and sometimes it doesn't change right away. Like you were saying, I was doing all these things and nothing wasn't really changing. And in those scenarios, the other thing I start doing is, okay, body, whatever this energy is, what would it take for us to have ease with it.
Wow.
So it's like, that's one of the things I started doing, is I started to ask to whatever was showing up with my body, whatever was going on, whatever my body was aware of. Okay, so what would it take to have ease with it? Because a lot of times, we get aware of these things, or our body is aware of these things, and you can't really get rid of awareness. And a lot of times that's where I see people struggle, is they want to get rid of the awareness, but you're going to be aware of it. Like, you can't get rid of awareness. You can't stop your body from being aware. And you're like, but it's not comfortable. Well, this is where you could go. You can go, okay, well, what would it take for me and my body to have ease with this awareness? What would it be like to have ease around all these people at this resort? Because a lot of times we're not asking for ease. We're just, freaking out, trying to get away from it because it's, too many people, like you said.
You're too aware. Yes, this is what I did. I was like, oh, I can't do it. It was so interesting. We went to this breakfast place at the property, and all these people, they were overeating. They were like just eating, kept eating. I'm like, oh my, I couldn't even be there. Like, as I arrived to the place, my body started bloating, and it was really interesting. And it was intense, as you said. And like,
the only other tool is, in advance, I would just, you could ask your body, okay, body, where would you like to stay? Which of these, places to stay is light? And it's like, because lots of times, like you said, your body knows, and you can ask your body for, like, I do that all the time with booking hotels and stuff. I'm like, okay, body, which one of these is light? And what's light is true for you, and what's heavy is a lie. So it's like, I start looking at asking my body, or I ask my body to show me. And then it's like, all of a sudden I can't look at any other resort besides the one. It's like that I'm like, okay, this one, cool.
Thank you. Wow. Oh my God, exciting. So thank you so much for joining us this morning. It was too early. I know, I'm really sorry about that, but I'm like, I wanted
not too early.
Yeah.
Great way to start the day.
Yeah. It was really nice conversation, and we are grateful. So thank you everyone for joining us, and come and join Andrew, either for a foundation class if you never have done one. And after the week after, you can join us for the SE class. So the foundation class starts on the 23rd of February, and the SE class starts here in Budapest, both of them in the 5th district. And the SE class. So the SE class has the prereqs, the foundation, right? Yes. So if you haven't done any foundation, you can go and take one with Andrew the week before, and then you can join us on the 1st of March here in a beautiful Budapest at this beautiful venue. So thank you everyone for joining us this morning. We're going to have the Hungarian translation handle today, and we're going to upload it to YouTube as well, so you can go and listen again if you want to, or share it with others. We would appreciate a lot. Thank you, Andrew, again, and have so much fun in Paris and at the ABC class.
Awesome. Thanks, Nicola. Have fun on all your tours.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Bye.